Morning, everyone. My name is Ian Butterworth. We are Team Hydration, or as we like to call ourselves, Splash. We are interested in hydration monitoring for those who most need it. So we're focusing on elderly people. So adults over 65 have a higher risk of dehydration. It's due in part because of they have a lower body water percentage, a diminished sense of thirst, which degrades with age, and high risk of cognitive ability, reduced cognitive ability, and a high risk of reduced mobility. So all of these result in elderly people being less able to look after their own hydration. I mean, dehydration can cause confusion, lethargy, reduced critical functions. And the problem is that dehydration breeds dehydration. So these kind of effects can cause much more serious effects, which can end with serious consequences such as heavily reduced quality of life and death. So one place where this is a particularly challenging challenge is in elderly care facilities, where there may be many elderly people being cared for by nurses. And the nurse will be tasked with monitoring for intake of fluid. But the problem is that intake of fluid, it's difficult, it takes a lot of time, and it's not very accurate, because the thing is that intake monitoring isn't hydration status. Hydration is a function of intake and output, and it's very difficult in this setting to monitor output. And to make the situation even worse, one nurse will be tasked with monitoring the hydration of many different elderly people and residents. So they can monitor intake monitoring, but the problem is that hydration needs to be a multifactorial assessment. So there are many other things to assess, which makes it even more challenging. You can do blood work, you can analyze patients' blood, but these facilities rarely have labs on site. So these kind of tests introduce additional time and additional costs. So what we're proposing is a wearable device that will monitor for water volume and core osmolality, so basically the hydration of the resident. And it will send that information back to a management application that the nurse will look after to monitor the patients that they care for. We're a team based through M+Visión. We have fantastic collaborators, particularly in Madrid, and we've just been starting our first hydration studies. So we believe that hydration is really important for everybody, but the thing is that we want to start with those who most need it to begin with. We are Splash. Thank you very much.